Look at me, I'm what you see. But can you tell the price in heat? I can tell you what I need. But 20 quid will buy a bottle of tea.
What's up, Fahad? How's it going?
What's up, Dakshay?
Yeah.
What's up, Nikhil?
You know the fucking craziest thing? What the Fahad?
Oh yeah. We actually met these guys who run a podcast called What the Fahad.
No way.
WTF.
Yeah, WTF. Actually, fucking cool idea, bro.
So this episode. Sorry, the name.
No. Go on. Tell
I was
me.
just saying it'll be a cool name.
Oh, way to start, dude. We'll be ripping the fuck out of this because the thing is, we had a conversation with them, and this is basically the day before I got tested positive for COVID. Right?
How long ago was it? Just between
December.
Okay.
So what happened was
Thank
that day I'd gone out, like I'd felt like shit the previous day, right? So I wake up fine, and then I go on a date, right? Biggest BT ever. Go on a date with this chick, come meet Dakshay and these other two guys afterwards.
Give everyone.
And they're all like, yeah, we need to do a podcast. I'm like, yeah, cool, sounds good. And I'm fucking knackered by the end of it. And I come back and fucking pass out at like 8 p.m, right? I'm like, that something's not wrong, something's not okay. Wake up the next day, go get tested. And I told those guys, like, yo, you tested positive. Went to the girl I went on a date with.
Oh shit.
I gave you a good time and COVID both. And
Are you guys together or?
No, not at all. Not in the least bit.
Nah.
Like the funniest
at
thing
least
was,
you gave her something to remember you. It's always about making a memory.
saddest fucking thing was I went out and I was just I was talking to a friend. I was like, yo, did she say anything about me? Yeah, just the fact that you gave her COVID and fucked her life for 14 days. I'm like, okay, thanks for that, but
At least it wasn't 9 months, right?
Better than
any
ruining a whole
day,
generation.
dude. Any day. Like, if we title this What the Fahad, that's just going to be a huge fuck you to those guys. Oh man, Fahad, the TikToker, the content creator, man, you've been making some moves. I've been following the kind of stuff that you've been putting out.
Shit, man. It goes all the way back to like when I used to have an iPhone 5S. Okay. I mean, making content wasn't something that I knew that I was going to get into as a kid. I always wanted to go to the moon.
Okay.
Yeah, I wanted to be an astronaut, and then I found out that NASA is racist.
Seriously?
Yeah. So
Fuck, I didn't know that.
I was really young back then, so I was like, okay, you know what? Screw that. Can I swear on this?
Of course.
Yeah.
I did.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, let's get into the building process of how we send people to the moon.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's where the whole for a really good amount of time I wanted to be a robotic engineer in my life.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was inspired by Tony Stark, Iron Man. This beard is inspired by him. This beard.
That's where I've seen it before.
Yeah. Anyway, so fast forward, school, graduate, get A star in O levels. Parents are really happy. A levels got an E and a U. Parents are like, what the fuck? And so I get into uni. I'm in AUS. Life's moving slow, good. This was like a very tricky part of my life. I was a bit depressed, and this is where like I found that. So I've been always cracking jokes since a kid. Like I've been known as the guy with the lamest jokes in school, the class clown, and like all the way back in grade 3. I remember once my teacher was crying and she's like, "Come Fahad, make me laugh." Like I don't know if that falls under child molestation.
What the fuck?
Make this like a tagline.
Yeah, she didn't make you sit on a lap or something, right?
No,
that's
like,
it, bro.
Make me smile, Fahad.
Now that I think of it, it was borderline child harassment or abuse, but I was like, "You're sure?" And I actually tried making her laugh. Like as a grade 3 Fahad wouldn't even think of these things. So
How'd you make her laugh?
I don't remember exactly.
Roofies, huh?
But yeah, so humor and jokes was always something that I enjoyed. Making people laugh was something that I always loved doing.
Yeah.
For a very brief period of time, I also DJ'd. So I used to have virtual DJ on my computer.
Fucking Windows, repping that shit.
Windows. I didn't even have my own laptop.
Yeah.
I used to borrow my friend's laptop. I used to have a hard drive, just load data onto someone's laptop for one night.
Yeah.
Not even getting paid for gigs, by the way. I'm just doing this because I love doing it.
Okay.
I love mixing music and farewells, school parties, someone's birthday, Halloween. Towards the end, I made a good amount of money as well out of it.
Yeah.
Again, I didn't have my laptop still.
Yeah.
But then I was just like, this isn't my thing. Like, I don't want to go down this road. So we're in university. If I was doing electrical engineering, boom, financial crisis, can't continue university. I drop out for a year. Like I take a gap year. I've been working since I could say 2013 or 14, as early as that. When I say working, I mean
18?
part-time jobs, GITEX, events, working as in cricket stadiums as a ticket usher. Like I've done it all, everything. Even for one of my friends' businesses, I've been a driver and I've delivered biryani to restaurants. I've done it all.
Anything that paid the bills.
Anything that paid the bills.
Since you were 18, I take it?
I think I was, so when I was 17, I did my first job.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually 16.
Fair enough.
When BlackBerry was a thing. Because my first job, I got my BlackBerry.
Yeah.
And at that time, I was working as a promoter and I used to give, you know that Ruafza thing? So I used to give samples of that on the it was outside a supermarket. Making money in sales and electrical engineering, two different fields.
Absolutely.
Completely. And I think many people can resonate with this. You graduate, you don't end up in the field that you want to be in. And so I was not aware of what's exactly happening. I mean, part of me wanted to be into robotics. It's really bad. But part of me had failed in A-levels, so he also had barely any idea of how or what is coming ahead for him in electrical engineering. And when it came to work, I was unstoppable. Like clients loved my work. I delivered. I was fast in grasping tasks and figuring out how to sell, for example. In that gap year, I did quite a lot of jobs. Got back into university, RIT, Rochester Institute of Technology, Silicon. Started doing electrical engineering again. So restarted, in fact. So I did AUS. Everything I did in AUS went to waste.
Shit, man. Did they not allow you to take the credits or something?
Sure.
The credits didn't get transferred. Because the GPA was shit. I was below like 1.9, I think, or something.
AUS is a tough fucking university, bro. Like they actually there are kids who go abroad. And they're just like, we went abroad. It's actually better than going to AUS. Like, the people are genuinely talented who get shafted in AUS. It's crazy.
Is that American University?
Oh, Sharjah.
Yeah, American.
Okay. Very difficult place.
They just, like, I feel like AUS is just, they have the standard and they want to make sure that everyone meets the standard. It doesn't matter if it's by training the people or it's by
fucking
kicking
just
them out.
Just taking weeding out all the bad ones,
So I think that's pretty much almost all universities at this stage. But the small ones still, professors give you time. RIT was like that for me. RIT was amazing. Had a great time over there. Apart from the fact that later on I realized that none of this is going to help me in my life. And I dropped out. We'll come to that. So
wait, how old were you when you went to RIT?
I was... how old was I? 2000 and this is 2021, so last year was 2020. 2019 I was in my second semester. 2018 was when I was in my first semester, I think. So 2018, how old was I? I'm 23 now. 22, 21.
3 years younger.
So 20, I think I was 20 when I joined RIT. And my birthday is on the 1st of September, so every new education academic year starts with my birthday. So school starts, Fahad starts new age, you know. So RIT was nice. Shortly before getting into RIT, I got my hands onto this corporate job. So when I say corporate, I don't mean part-time work. And corporate jobs are like a whole different story. I'm sure you
I kind of did that. I've done that twice, so go on.
Corporate jobs are like not it's not a one-off thing. They expect more from you. They want a long-term relationship.
And especially if you're just starting up, they are so ready to just fuck you over.
Basically.
They don't care.
Basically.
You can give them whatever excuse
So this company that I work for, their basics was that they sell this equipment which today you see in Kafu, by the way. I was doing sales for them as well. I would reach out to diesel. I was 19.
Is it all was it incentive based?
It was all incentive.
There's no base.
There was 1,000 dirham base, and I was so fucking happy with that. Like I was like, man, this is it. This is my life. I'm gonna. But
when you just cycling back, just to get perspective on one thing, when you were doing this work, right? were you earning to just support your needs, or were you
Just my needs.
okay? So you weren't earning to support the household, right? Like nothing you earned went to the
Supporting
household.
myself was taking off a cost of the household.
Okay, yeah,
In
that's
a-
what. That's
indirectly.
right. And for us, like what? Like we need what, $1,000, $2,000 to
Nothing,
do our
honestly.
shit,
Yeah,
pretty
you
much.
could survive in Dubai. I feel with
If you've got a roof under your head.
if you've got a roof under your head and if you've got food coming from if you're living with your parents, 500 is just enough to make you live.
Yeah.
If you don't travel,
Yeah.
if you stay in one place and
Yeah.
like the max you want to do is like pay your bill for Etisalat,
Yeah,
like
Yeah.
fair.
that's like living hand to mouth.
Yeah.
So whilst all of this, depression, financial crisis, universities jumping in and out,
Yeah.
your friend circles tend to change because
Of
if you're
course.
not, you move from school to university,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
you have a group of friends who either go with you or they take their own paths, and then you see them once every 2, 3, 4, 5, never.
Yeah.
Someone dies.
Yeah.
So I, in this way, had different friend circles as well.
Yeah.
And I also started, at times I would shoot content.
Yeah.
When I say shoot content, I mean like Snapchat.
Yeah.
Like I would snap the dumbest shit. I would snap myself. I would snap a chicken on the road that I saw somewhere with
Like
music. in the-
KFC is fucking walking.
Yes, very very lame,
Yeah.
dumb shit, and I would get like 1 or 2 people to reply on it,
Yeah.
right? And because of DJing, I had this whole understanding of how to play with music and video.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So I knew that how music works and what sounds good. I had a
Yeah.
good understanding of.
Sorry, he just kicked me. That's
I was trying to put my hand.
Fucking
I was
thing puts you with me
I was
over
putting my
here.
leg over my knee and I nearly slid my foot inside the
I don't know what you
shots.
guys have under the table, but
Fuck it. Behind the scenes.
So yeah, dude, because like music has like a fucking good, like a lot of people, I think that's such a key difference between okayish content creator and a great content creator. Just picking the music and
Yeah.
aligning it with the video in the right
Yeah.
moments is
it's key because eyes are not enough to keep people interested. They're
Mhm.
listening very carefully.
Out of curiosity, like what part of like in the DJ process like you learned that you applied to the content?
So I would say it is. So you know how virtual DJ shows you these waveforms.
Yeah.
Eventually, if you have a playlist of 1,000 songs, you're gonna get familiar with these songs
Yeah,
and
the
their
waveform.
BPM and
Yeah.
their waveforms to the point that you don't even need to listen to the song before.
Yeah.
You already know what's gonna happen where.
Yeah.
So with that and with DJing for different crowds
Yeah.
and understanding what people like,
That's true.
I was able to pick. Now when I talk about if
Yeah.
I will listen to, let's say, 5 songs and I have to make a video on one song,
Yeah.
I know exactly what song is going to work
Yeah.
and I know what part of the song I need to use.
Yeah. That's
Maybe
right.
I need
That's
to clip out a song
yeah.
from the, and now I have Audacity as well
Yeah.
as a software that I use to cut music, and like of course it's become more advanced at this stage, but back then I would have never known that this is going to help me. It's reached a stage where once I was editing one of my videos and I literally, so I have Premiere open,
Yeah.
Audacity open and Virtual DJ open once
Yeah.
in one tab, just so that I can work something out with the soundtrack, because Virtual
Yeah.
DJ is purely for music.
Yeah.
And it has these effects, it has these options that you can play around with soundtracks. And so yeah, I'm amidst all of this university work, depression, financial, I'm doing content creation as, so now I don't have people to joke around with as such, because I have multiple friend circles from work, from uni, from
Yeah.
here and there. So I started just capturing stuff.
Yeah.
If you go back in my gallery and if you see like this shit that I used to record and have in my phone, it's mainly just selfies of myself.
Yeah.
Skinny. I used to be really skinny, by the way, before. Like I was like a stick, like to the point that you would think I'm sick.
Fuck.
That's how thin I was.
Yeah.
And now I'm recording stuff and people are giving me shit for it,
Yeah.
which are my own friends.
Yeah.
And I jump onto Twitter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Twitter is where the real shit started.
Yeah.
So Twitter I treated like a diary.
Yeah.
I've stopped using it as much in today's world, but
Yeah.
back in the days, now we're talking about like 2015,
Yeah.
and I started tweeting about everything. Like if I walk from room A to room B, guys, Fahad just walked from room A to room B.
Yeah.
I'm sitting with few people and something I hear.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna. I used to tweet this shit. Like I was like that bitch who tweets everything.
Yeah.
And I had like 5-6 friends from uni.
Yeah.
And 5-6 friends from here who used to follow me. And people like replying to shit, right?
Yeah. It was fucking funny.
Now, while I'm doing this, I'm working. Twitter built an audience for me.
Yeah.
5 people, I would say. Those 5 people still till date watch my content, give me feedback, and they're really close friends as well. And that kind of took a snowball effect.
Okay.
These 5 people, whenever they found something funny that I posted, which would usually be in the form of a video or a tweet, more video, would retweet, and somewhere from their followers would retweet it. Once something clicked. I was at a Pakistani wedding and I talked about something which is very relatable to people. It took 10 retweets, and that was a huge thing for me. I was like, holy shit, this is it. I'm done. I'm famous. I made it in life. You know. And I think my first viral post goes very shortly after that, like 6 months from that point, where I started tweeting and I started realizing that, you know what, there is an audience for what I like doing, and I don't need to listen to whatever people have to say. I posted this video, like it was a series of tweets, and then it was Eid. So I tore my, what is it? The kameez, it's salwar kameez.
Kameez, oh shit, okay.
So I tore this, and I sent this to my mom, and she replied with like a series of voice notes cursing me.
Oh shit.
I just took a screen recording and I posted it. Fahad posts everything on Twitter. Like his whole fucking life was there on Twitter back then, right? And it started gaining retweets. People are sharing it. I'm like, wow, okay, cool, interesting. Nothing. I make nothing of it, right? I let it be. 4 weeks later, my friend tags me on an Instagram page which has reposted my exact same screen recording and hasn't tagged me. I'm like, fuck. And that had 30,000 views. I was like, okay, so something happened.
No way.
Something happened over there, right? Again, I don't know what this is. I just continue doing what I'm doing. I'm tweeting. Now I'm making more video content. TikTok happened like last year, man. TikTok wasn't even in. It's been exactly a year from right now to like TikTok wasn't even in the picture.
Like it didn't even exist.
TikTok existed like 3 years from today because of my sister. I know this. I was a guy who was only on Twitter. I didn't have presence on Instagram. Facebook. I've never had presence. Twitter is where I actually gained traction.
That's so surprising because out of all the places, I felt like Dubai was not like a Twitter sphere.
You will be surprised, man. There is a shit ton of people from the Middle East itself sitting on Twitter, and if you can manage, it's a very difficult audience because it took me. And by the way, it's much better than Instagram. It's much better than Facebook and all these other pages because there is the option to promote content on Twitter, like tweets can be promoted. But Twitter has this algorithm where whether you promote it or not, you still have the chance of going viral.
So it's more organic.
It's more organic. Similar to TikTok.
Yeah.
But how Instagram and YouTube have this,
crazy.
block.
I was just talking to my friend Ricky about the same thing. He was
Really, Ricky Singh?
Yeah.
Love
He was on the podcast as well.
Fucking amazing. Weird fuck, but I love him. I vibe with him big time.
Bro, the guy is hyper as fuck, man. I love that energy.
Amazing energy.
There's no being depressed around that guy. But
I'm amazing guy.
We were talking about it, and he was just saying the same thing. Like this right now, that's why people transition into TikTok. And now, like, see, before that, I knew he was a very well-known guy. Like a lot of people know him, right? Like,
Ricky, I know Ricky through 10 different people. So you can see that this guy has an amazing network.
Crazy presence, right? So I thought, okay, that's just because, through people and there's a network, people know each other. And like, just like Ricky, there are a lot of other people who are just, whether it's chicks or guys who are just, famous by word of mouth. The craziest thing I found was when someone told me, like my friend's sister goes like, Ricky, the TikTok artist. I was like, whoa, what the fuck? And then I was talking to him about it and he told me that like that TikTok just pushes you around. Like even now, right? Like you post shit to your Instagram, but I know you as a TikTok guy. Like you might have been doing that just for 1 year. But more than Twitter, more than like just the fact that you could grow organically. And people argue that right now, currently, apart from TikTok, the only other one is LinkedIn, where people are now moving into that platform because of the algorithm. Because LinkedIn is still seen as a space where things are more formal and professional.
Of course.
With some people now trying to break that barrier. In fact, I've got a project which, if I need to make time to shoot, but like I want to make a video that just sort of shatters that glass and says, fuck you. I'm not playing by the rules. I don't want to be an asshole and cuss excessively. I don't need to be crass on it. But like, I don't want to play by your goody two shoes rule. Like, that's not me. Because
it doesn't really say anywhere that LinkedIn has to be a formal profile.
Exactly.
It's just people's thinking about
people
it.
need to just see that and see you for who you are, because like that's fortunately or unfortunately, people use that as a place to get jobs or clients or whatever. And as much you can say what you want, but like money controls what you do. It
Of
gives
course.
you experience, it gives you exposure, and people take you seriously when you're on a platform. When you tell them that I have the balls to do this on this platform and the ability to carry out.
Man, I would say
so.
I've had this exact same thinking. Like, you know, when I post some of my weird shit on Instagram and TikTok, I always have LinkedIn right there, but I never open it and post it over there. Because I've got like these really senior people who have connected with me. Like, when I'm like marketing heads of big firms. Like, what are they gonna think? But now, like you said, you know what? Fuck it. Yeah, go ahead, post.
Like, I mean, they trust you for you, right?
Yeah.
Like today, at the end of the day, you've delivered.
Yeah.
And you know, if that's what matters,
they'll
come back to you, man. Like,
I guess you'd lose a few and you'd gain a lot more.
Yeah,
you know?
100%. I think that's fucking the same with life. Like, even when you're going through your shit, like
you are right. By the way, I've noticed this as well. You post something on LinkedIn, and if it captures the attention of people, it gets
it happened. I did that. I did that for one of my videos. I forgot which one exactly. But I kind of just made a video saying, hey guys, I'm here. Because I never posted on LinkedIn. LinkedIn was a dummy account with a picture of me in a suit when I was hammered as fuck at some Indian ceremony. Like literally, like it was a picture where me and my friend were like back to back taking a picture like this. I cropped him out and that's my LinkedIn picture. That's my fucking interview picture everywhere also. Yeah.
Fucking amazing.
So, and I was like, dude, I took that picture when I was smashed. There's nothing formal about it, right?
Yeah.
Like, and if I can do that, and then I just put one thing and fuck views, likes, fuck the engagement, like it just all of a sudden it just said from 20 people viewing your profile, fucking 400 started viewing your profile.
There's something
like,
very interesting that's happening with LinkedIn as well, and I think if the new society, which is us, takes control of it, we can definitely change the way people look at it.
And and as long as we don't judge, then people get more confident to do shit, and then people grow. And Twitter, you've made me a little more aware of it.
Man.
In fact, I might just end up taking it seriously. Like,
Twitter doesn't come with results instantaneously. I think no social media platform does.
Of course.
Except TikTok, where you can post a video of a pigeon and it's going to go viral. Twitter, on the other hand, is more, like I said, I treat it as a personal diary. So I had all my shit up there, and today Twitter is dead for me, by the way. Today Twitter is not the same as it was, because I stopped giving it
attention.
I stopped giving it attention. I stopped posting as frequently. I lost my followingship. But today also, like, I still, forcibly, I just dump content over there. Like, it's just there. I might have one person who sees it, and he's from my old Twitter following, and I don't give a shit. I'm like, okay. So,
You're okay to do that for that one person. Like,
Man, it started off with me just wanting to make content because it made me happy, and it was a passion, right? People getting happy because of my content was more of like a bonus thing. It might be selfish, or it was my passion. It still is.
I mean, it's you got to do what makes you happy. In fact, your entire story stands as a testament to what, like, say, Gary Vee preaches on a regular basis. Like, I've been watching his content for a long time, and I'm consistent with posting some shit on other platforms, but right now, because I'm like kind of putting work in to do other shit, but not an excuse to not put shit out on your own, but simple things like, hey, just post shit 10 times a day across like 4 different social platforms and make people aware of who the fuck you are. It's such a straightforward algorithm, right? It's not rocket science. You just have to, right? The thing is, it's not, I grew out of the space of, okay, I don't give a fuck about what people think. I've kind of found my niche in entertaining, which is basically involve a fuck ton of porn in it and be like, and I don't, no one does it. Nobody actually has the audacity to bring out porn star names or porn star technicals. Like, I just did that for the fun of it, and I know that's gaining traction. Like, just like how you had that one video, right? Like, I put out this one thing where I got my dad, right, during COVID.
That was pretty funny though.
And essentially, I just told him, hey, do that TikTok thing where we put things on top and we move to it. So I just told him, move to this direction, move to that direction, done.
Later on,
once I put X videos on, I'll show you this video afterwards. But like,
fucking savage.
It was, and I didn't expect this shit, okay? I just put it up. Bro, that shit blew out of proportion. For me, when normally I get 200, 300 views, versus I never asked anyone to share it, do any of that. Fucking, I'm checking the insights on that. Like, people are putting that out left, right, and center. Like, the number of people that came through. And I was like, all I had to do was do more of this regularly.
That's it.
And I think somewhere along the line, I'm happy with the other progress I've made in life. But like, it's just another thing that tests you, how much can you keep up with life while doing your job and taking care of your own presence and growing that.
Yeah.
It all takes a thing.
I definitely agree with you, and I sort of want to bring this back to the LinkedIn thing, because that fucking allows this to be possible. Because you both like making content, because it makes you happy, and I feel like that as a job, it didn't exist back then 5-10 years ago.
It wasn't something people looked at as
a serious thing. And if you guys can sort of make it your portfolio and breach that professional world, it'll probably enable you guys to
who knows,
essentially work wherever you want and just post your thing. You have your resume in front of everyone and you're chilling,
and basically everything that you do adds to your resume, right?
Exactly.
It's worth. Twitter, actually, like you said, Twitter and TikTok are two things which you honestly maybe need 5 minutes, put the camera on and do some shit.
Less than that, man. Especially with TikTok, it's so... Right now, I haven't even reached that point where in this story where I tell you what I'm doing right now.
Yeah.
But I'm going to explain, and man, I take out more content in a day than I have for myself ever before.
Yeah.
For other people.
Yeah.
Right? Because I've made a living out of that at this point.
Yeah.
That was peak on Twitter, and
yeah.
That is when the meme pages from Instagram started reaching out to me.
That's fucking sick.
Puberty, some page called Bitch, and these were 20 million follower pages.
Yeah, Puberty.
And 10, these were big pages.
Yeah.
And they're like, can we post your content? And then small pages I was like, okay, Instagram also deserves some attention then, because these are all from Instagram. And that's when I started posting on Instagram. Now, I've been posting on Instagram consistently from I think a year now, and the growth that I've had on Instagram cannot match the growth that I've had on Twitter and TikTok in the period of times. Instagram has just been a straight line like that.
Yeah.
It doesn't grow unless you promote your shit. Whereas Twitter and TikTok just jumped, and then I stopped doing Twitter. I started doing TikTok. So it was around I dropped out of uni 2019 RIT. Now this was the stage where I had done my corporate job. I had done 2 corporate jobs, and I had made a friend from one of those jobs who met me towards the end of my university second semester.
Yeah.
And he goes, man, hey man, I'm working in this place. It's a media company. It's pretty cool. You should check it out.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things, a friend that from work tells you, and you either consider it or you don't.
Yeah.
And usually when I see something like this, I always consider it, because
for sure,
it's an
opportunity.
Work opportunities, never let them go.
100%.
Out of experience. And at that time, it didn't seem like a big thing, right?
Yeah.
At that time, I was just like, man, what is it? What could it be? And this company Trifid Media, wasn't as big back then. It was a smaller warehouse. There were 20, 15 people, small production team, just a few salespeople.
Yeah.
And I get my interview done over there. Mehdi Shafi was the founder.
Yeah.
Still is. Was the founder. And this guy asks me, he's like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
He doesn't give a fuck about what I've done, education wise. All he wanted to know was what was my work experience like, and what am I doing now? What's my plan? And I go I'm in uni. I'm going to become an electrical engineer. I'm going to be like Tony Stark. I'm going to start my own robotics firm someday.
Yeah.
It's like, do you like electrical engineering? It's like, I don't know if I like it, but I love building stuff. It's like, okay, is it your passion to do electrical engineering? I was like, no, not really. I'm just doing it so I can become a robotics engineer. I can specialize in robotics later on. Because that's what they fucking drill into your head, man. Mm-hmm. That's what I had been drilled into my head since school, by my teachers, by my parents, by my friends, by my society around me, by
it's the cabal of education, right?
Go to school, go to university, get a job, or do masters and get a specialist job, or start your own business from the money that you make while you're doing the job. And that's what I told him, and he goes you're fucking wasting your money. He's like, you do not want to be an electrical engineer, first of all. He straight to my head. He's like, you don't seem passionate about what you're studying. You want to be a robotics engineer, you could hire a robotics engineer. If you like building stuff, if it's your hobby, you don't need to study for the next 4 years about it. And I'm just listening to this guy, and this guy has opened my whole fucking life in front of me in a matter of minutes. It didn't take him months to convince me. It just took him that 5. Like, I went there to give a job interview.
Yeah.
It turned out for
Him to do,
just switch my whole life. He's just making me look at my own life, and he's like, go back home, think about it. You're an amazing salesman.
Yeah.
And you've done so. Short story, by the way, from the corporate job where I used to sell that equipment for diesel. I closed a deal worth 600,000 dirhams.
Oh shit!
With a big construction giant.
Yeah.
I brought in the lead, and it was a whole, thing.
Yeah.
And I told him this, and he's like, "You've done shit like this at this age. Over here, you can make 10 times that money if you can bring in that much money." So I was just like, okay. He's like, I want you in our company. There is no salary. We work on a straight percentage basis.
Yeah.
Which was fine, okay, because if you're a good salesman, you're going to make a lot of money over there.
Yeah.
Because they give a huge percentage. So he's like, go back, think about it. You either drop out and you join this company, or you continue university and we never talk again.
Yeah.
Man, I shit you not.
Yeah.
I had my finals next week for the first semester.
Yeah.
I failed every single final.
Yeah.
I said goodbye to every single professor in person after the exam. One of them I didn't even say bye to because I fucking hated him. I mean, I didn't hate him. It was just that professor didn't give a fuck about us, and I didn't give a fuck about him.
Yeah.
But everyone else I said goodbye to. I sat down with my parents and I told them exactly what's happening.
Yeah.
And from my date of speaking to him to the 10 more days, and I joined the company. And my mom was really against it. My dad was against it as well. But my dad at the same time was like, if this is what you want to do, if your goal is not that what you're studying, go for it. If you getting into, because content was my thing, and I saw a media company and I saw an opportunity.
Yeah.
It's like, this is going to teach me and train me to do something in my life. Fast forward 8 months, and I fucking start my own shit.
Yeah.
Today I'm managing 15 plus clients, where I'm not posting alone anymore. I have like a person or two working under me. I have 10 interns.
Yeah.
And I've rolled out 500 pieces of TikToks in the last 2-3 months.
Jesus.
Yeah.
With each and every single client going viral once and multiple times.
Yeah.
Benefited in ROI terms, in the marketing way.
Yeah.
Without paid promotions, without boosting their content on TikTok, without doing any ads at all. Every single client that I have has benefited in terms of people walking into their stores, asking for their service or conversions. May that be 10 customers or may that be 1 customer. Everyone has seen
a
value in the content that I have provided to them. And honestly, I just have one thing to say, like, if there's something you love doing, and 5-6 years ago or 4 years ago when I actually started doing this, I could have never known how I'm going to make money out of this. It takes a long time before you can figure it out, and you know that, okay, you know what, this is what, like, maybe if it wasn't for TikTok, I would be doing this on something else. I didn't know up until right now. It's a fucking gamble.
You're calling.
It's a risk.
Yeah.
Dropping out of university, putting everything up on, like, when I was in the media company, I made 0 for the first 3 months. I used to make barely anything. Like, I had side jobs that I was making money from. Because what I was really doing in the media company was I was learning.
Yeah.
I was learning how to commercialize media. How to commercialize content. And I did. And I learned it so fucking well that I reached a stage where I could do it on my own. Like, I literally, so before leaving the company, I said, fuck it, I'm going to do this by myself.
Oh shit, you know, with this...
So no, I was with TriFit Media up until October.
Yeah.
And so there I made it as social media sales managers towards the end.
Yeah.
Not
bad, man. Fucking 23 and I'm 22. Managing.
Yeah, I was managing a whole team, and I was just focusing. So they do a bunch of stuff. I was focusing on social media, Instagram, Facebook. And they didn't sell TikTok. So I was like, you know what, guys, we should start selling TikTok. And he's like, yeah, sure. But I didn't want to be in sales.
Yeah.
I fucking love selling. I've been selling my whole life.
Yeah.
But I like making content more. Content is more of a passion for me. And I was like, I want to make money out of content. And they didn't really have,
The
and
infrastructure.
that's not for them. That's not their infrastructure of like selling content directly. Like they do management, and that wasn't it. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do this on my own. I had one client. I was making just, I think, around 2,000 that first month. Today with 15 clients, I've surpassed any amount of money that I've ever made in my life in a month.
Fair enough.
And I'm going exponentially up to the point where I have plans to open up. So we have our own business now. I've come back to TriFit Media, and I've legally using their workspace to establish my department or to establish my identity.
So do you go as TriFit or do you go as someone like?
I go as literally just my name, and so it's me and my partner Majdi.
Yeah.
By the way, quick story, Majdi is the guy with this curly hair, Sudanese guy. I don't know if you've seen him in my videos or anything. He has his own TikTok thing going on. He speaks Hindi, but he's Arab.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's got his own personality.
Yeah.
And he was working a 9-to-6 job. He resigned as well, and so we're like partners on this whole thing, and we're running the show. He takes care of the Arabic, I take care of the English.
Yeah.
We don't really have a company name.
Yeah.
Like, fuck that. You know what? We'll come up with the name when we have to. Right now we're figuring out how to sustain.
Yeah.
Because when it's one client, it's easy.
Yeah.
When it's 15 clients, it's a lot on
Yes.
stake.
Yeah.
It's not easy. And being 2 people trying to manage 15 clients was not working out at all. And now we've got like interns. So yeah, we're using TriFit Media's establishment. We have an agreement with them, and we use their space for trainings.
Yeah.
If clients want legal, so right now we do freelance invoices, right? Because we're still small. But when it would come down to like actual invoicing with tax and all, we would use the media company's establishment. I have a very good relationship with the company.
Yeah.
I mean, I've literally come out of there, started my own thing, and I'm now using their platform to build something. Once we have the capital to start our own thing, we'll start it.
Fair enough.
So
That's great, dude.
That's how it's rolling around. And
cool.
I don't know what's next, man.
Yeah.
I have a board in my room that asks me 4 questions actually. Every day I wake up, I have to answer them.
Yeah.
Actually, no. I look at them and the answers are already there from last night.
Yeah.
The first question is, how much cash do you have in your pocket today?
Yeah.
This thing is really fucking important, right? I write down the figure, whatever cash I have. The second question is, how many followers on TikTok/Instagram do you have? Because these are the only 2 social media platforms to me as an individual that matter.
Yeah.
I've removed Twitter, I haven't put these other platforms onto it.
Yeah.
Because in terms of video content, these are the places where my audience lives.
Yeah.
And I update that or it stays the same. The third question is, which I think is my next project or something that I'm already focusing on in a very subtle way, and I have been for a while in certain things. What have you done to start your own brand?
Fair enough.
I aim to build something like Coca-Cola, something like Apple.
Yeah.
I don't know with what. I've seen people like make bank just because of a name,
Identity.
just because of an identity, right? And they deliver quality in it.
Yeah.
Why was Apple able to sell so many iPhones? Like, why is Apple where it is today? Why is Coca-Cola so addictive?
Yeah.
And I don't know what it is going to be. Whether I'm gonna make a fucking juice, like mango juice, or like I'm gonna build this copper bottle. I don't know what it is going to be, but I'm gonna build a brand, and whether that's a product or a service, it's going to be every fucking where, and everyone's gonna want it.
Yeah.
And it's going to deliver the value of money that people pay for it.
Fair enough.
When I buy an iPhone, it might have some cons, but it delivers the value of money to me as an individual. It satisfies me.
For sure.
It satisfies me. Whether after a year it's not, or 2 years it's not going to be the same.
Yeah.
I'm happy with the brand, right? So keeping that in mind, I don't know how I'm going to do it. So every day I wake up, that is the only question that says nothing. Still, it's been 3 months. 3 months is a lot of time. Like 3 months, fuck man, like that's.
But your brand value increases in terms of like whether it's followers or the impact that you've had, the business that you bring in. Like that 4th question is inherently answered by the 3 that preceded.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like That kind of makes
And
sense, man.
So that's the third question, and the fourth question is how many pieces of content did you make for yourself today?
Oh yeah, fuck, that's
And
very important.
And that fluctuates from 1, 0 to, because man, making content for like 15 clients on a daily basis
drains you.
because
probably.
TikTok is not how your Instagram or Facebook would work. You can't make content for the rest of the month and sit down. You have to shoot content every week, every 3 days, every 4 days, because shit is changing on it. And my concept behind that is also that to keep content raw and organic, because if your content is like superficial or artificial, people are going to not give a fuck about it.
So do you shoot Instagram, like TikTok videos on your camera, or do you shoot
I
them
don't
with the
have
phone?
a camera, man.
Wait, really?
I do
iPhone
not.
11 Pro.
iPhone 11 Pro is the shit.
Yeah.
I have made 10 times the money that I have of this device, and everything is shot on this phone.
Yeah.
Every single video
No way.
that you see on my profile is. I think there's like 2 videos that I've done which are actually on camera.
Yeah.
One was this car video that I recently. That wasn't even like, it was just
The Mercedes one, right?
that was on a camera.
I figured because the quality, the
that was
depth on
like-
that was
yeah.
fucking
That was
fantastic.
all on a camera.
It was amazing.
Then there was this other video that I did. It's rare that I will work with a camera.
That's one of the reasons I'm actually targeting a phone, and actually going off that same vein that you said, right? Like building your own media thing. That's something that people need to kind of have ingrained.
Man, yeah, go on.
So I was like super humbled. This happened very recently. Like I'd gone to the Point for a shoot for this new, the restaurant that kind of just blasted us. So like we were shooting for them, and there was this dude, right? I got this camera in July as it was kind of a birthday gift. My parents wanted to fund all of it, and I was like, no, I want to at least have like a 50% ownership on it. Like let me at least put down 4K of my own money when I didn't even work, right? So that's just going straight off savings. And like I had little to no money after that. So then I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna do one more thing. I want to try and pay back this camera based on whatever ROI I get from gigs. And back then, like what I got this camera, I'm still figuring shit. I'm still learning so much. I'm not. I do not deserve this camera. This is something professionals fucking use, right?
Yeah.
I just thought that in the long run, will this help me get that kind of money? Fuck yeah. Because if I'm not shooting, if I've got the infrastructure to provide other people to shoot, to make content for me or others, my situation is solved. I'm happy directing.
Definitely.
Right? Because there are so many people who want that opportunity to shoot. Right? But they may not have the vision that I do. Right? But they've got the capability to execute a lot of tasks. Right? I need to leverage on my ability to, gather the right skill set of people to do that, right? Because I know I can, tap into. This is one of the reasons why I think I'd be great in HR, because I think I have a very good eye for people and seeing where they belong and how they belong and how to put them together to make this fucking big ass machine work. I picked up that fucking bike on the audio. And it comes down to that. So I was talking to him, and this dude shoots on a Sony A6500, which is a crop frame camera, which is like a predecessor to this.
That's also mirrorless?
Yeah, that's mirrorless, but that's crop frame. This is full frame, right? And it's like a more recent version, better sense. The sensors better, higher megapixel, all that. I could have bought that camera and dropped 2K less, and I was just like, if I'm anyway dropping like 5 or 6K, might as well just go for the more recent one. And if I can get my shit from other places, I'll learn on this. I'll become a pro on this, right? And I was just getting into conversation with this guy, and he's just like, yeah, man, you don't need such a big thing. And I told him that it's not just for me. Tomorrow, if like this, like the gimbal that I have, it's not mine. It's a friend's. I bought this because it could sustain a podcast. Without that, I don't think we could have shot a podcast, right? And a lot of shit, right? You buy minimal, and then you've got the resources. Next, how do you tap into it? And the same thing that you said, like, where do you use it to make content for yourself, right? This podcast may not bring me money, but the funniest thing is the job that I have right now is because of the podcast.
There you go.
Which got me recurring income, which gets me gigs, and even if you make when you speak corporate jobs, right? The previous ones that I did, whether it was at Pepsi or at this other company, I was making good money over there, right? And this is as a student, as a 19, 20-year-old kid, bringing that kind of money home over 2 months, not working for the rest of college, right? And I hustled way more than everyone else in my class. And I'm the dumbest chemical engineering kid. I was just opportunistic, right? And, they work, bro. Things work great for me. And then after graduation, in the middle of COVID, I'm like, what the fuck am I going to do?
Yeah.
Right? And then I got this lowball offer of 2K a month.
Yeah.
Fun fact, which is still what I get. 2K a month. Right? Never divulge my
No
salary.
shame, man. No shame.
Yeah.
But whether it's in Jan or Feb, 2K is not what I make. It's significantly more than that, right?
Yeah.
But even if I can make 5 or 6K from 4 different sources, right? That gives me more happiness than being able to pull in 5 or 6K from one source where I'd
Yes.
have to say work from like a 9 to 6, 9 to 7, you know, and then you come
Boring
home.
ass shit.
And then, yeah, like, you know, you go, you do your desk job, you come home, and all you're in the space to do is,
Sleep.
yep, fuck it, go to gym at max, eat dinner, chill, watch Netflix, go to sleep. It's a routine.
Yeah.
My day is not a fucking, like, every day I have 10 things to do, which I do 4 things out of. But fuck, bro, like,
That's amazing.
I go to bed every day saying there's some fucking thing to look forward to tomorrow,
Yeah.
which doesn't bore me.
Yes.
Like, it gives me, like, you know, obviously you're not going to enjoy 100% of the things that
Yeah.
you do, you know, you're not going to love every fucking moment of life. You're going to have some things that are going to be like, I have to get it done.
You know,
Sure.
But you know that's going to
Yeah.
lead to better things going forward. Like, you know.
I've always questioned, and I've this 96 thing that you just said. So there are people out there that actually fucking enjoy working a 9 to 6.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised. Like, so I have friends who would rather choose the 9 to 6 life over the business life.
Mm-hmm.
So they're maybe more better at being a manager than being a business owner, and they're happy with that, and that's what they want. That's their goal.
Because people love stability.
Exactly. It's a security versus risk.
And as business owners, where it's high risk, high reward, those are the people that love fucking themselves over 9 to 6. So 9 to 6 is a fixed.
There's no
hours.
there isn't. Like, so when someone asked me, there's like, yo, when do you get done with work? I was like, frankly, never.
Never.
There is actually no time where I don't work. Like, yeah, granted, like, there are, like, fucking today I took a nap in the middle. Literally, I was dealing with office work. I couldn't stay up. Fucking took a nap for 2 hours. Working, gym, podcast, and like, it's not tangible work, but you know, shooting this, editing this, then taking care of your clients, then taking care of myself.
There's a lot of sacrifice behind it.
There's a lot of shit, dude. Like, you know, it's not always tangible, but I love it, man. I love the fact that there's no 9 to 5. And the dumbest thing is, the other day I was thinking I wanted to go take a vacation, right?
Yeah.
And my friend was talking to me, and mainly the vacation was because it's a bucket list place. Not that I want a vacation, right? I was like, man, just bucket list. I've really wanted to go to this place for 3 months. But then I questioned myself. Like, he was just like, yeah, man, you've been working hard. You deserve a vacation. And I was like, actually, I don't. Like, I don't feel burnt out at all.
Yeah.
Like, I'm 7 days a week. I do not know where the fuck Jan went.
Yeah.
First of all, right?
I don't know where the last 2 years went, man.
Yeah,
I have
like,
no fucking idea what happened.
You're just like, each day you end up doing some shit. Like, they don't always have results. 80% of the journey is a process. 20% of it is results when shit blows up.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing with the company. Like, yeah, it's 2K now, and I told them that, like, I don't give a fuck about the money. Honestly, don't care.
Yeah.
But you've given me a platform where I can try and see. Like, my biggest thing is, what the fuck have I done in the 5 months that I've been here? Honestly, not much that I'm proud of. Like, decent, okay shit.
Yeah.
Grew, like, you know how you got in, there was like a learning phase of like what the fuck to do, and then you start to blossom.
I took 3 months to figure out what the fuck was going on, man.
Yeah.
Coming from an electrical engineer to a media company, no background, nothing. Other than content as being a passion.
Yeah.
And that's the only understanding you have. The commercial world is completely different, man.
For sure.
And it takes
Especially
time.
when you're dealing with clients, man, you're fucking constantly learning, right?
Oh my god.
It's like there's no set rule that you're ever gonna, like, nobody's ever gonna
and
teach you.
it's not like, you know, in university or in class you have an assignment that you need to complete, and then you don't complete it, and then you get fucked by grades. Over here you get fucked by actual people. Actual clients are going to screw you over, and they're gonna say some rude shit to you. Money's on the stake.
You have to learn to deal with
Yeah.
assholes. Like, in fact, like this, like, I've had asshole clients. I've had straight up dumb fuck clients, and this is exactly what we were talking about. That advertising in this place is that, like, fucking look, the place is what it is, but like, this region's advertising is so backward that they are so afraid to take risks. And me being me, I'm like putting out all this shit, and some clients straight up go like, we don't understand what this thing means. I'm like, you don't need to. You're not watching your fucking Instagram. I know who the other 10k fuckers are watching your Instagram. They will get it. Nobody gives a fuck about what you think. I'm here to make sure those guys see your shit. But they don't, and you have to deal with vindictive assholes
Yeah.
you've got to deal with. And I lost a client today, by the way.
Holy
but
shit.
on a personal thing, like
Yeah.
lost a client, and I was just like,
That's fine, man.
and I was just like,
I lost 2 clients last month and I'm fucking happy about it.
and like this
Maybe
is
3, I
someone,
don't even know.
Yo, they were just people who kind of contacted me last month, and they first of all had no clue what the fuck they were doing, right?
Yeah.
And then they asked me to make changes, right?
Mm-hmm.
I got so pissed. I just spoke to them. I'm like, listen, I know what the fuck I'm doing, right? Why? And I straight up went like, why am I here for you? And they're like, because we need to grow our social media. I'm like, right. Who was doing this before you? Did you get results? No. So you're coming to a guy who knows what the fuck
Yeah.
he's doing, right? So don't fucking question it as much. Like,
Yeah.
obviously, I'm not saying I'll be perfect, but there's going to be places where
Yeah.
you might want to make some stylistic changes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give me feedback. I have no problem with it,
Yeah.
right? But if you don't understand something and I'm understanding something and doing it, don't question the method. Like,
Yeah, man.
Don't
It's dealing with clients which actually understand like social. It's very difficult, man. Social media is not everyone's cup of tea, right?
It's not. And like today I fucking got that thing. I was like, oh, where? Like to the point where she was afraid. Normally with clients, the one side thing I hate about submitting work, and which is why I'm never going to be a designer, is because there's a back and forth of like, this change, that change. Can't be fucked to do that.
Yeah.
And she did that like in the dumbest way for something else, right? Because she didn't know what she changed her mind every 5 seconds after I finished the product. So I blasted her. Next couple of things I delivered, she didn't open her mouth, right?
Yeah.
And today she
You need to know how to stand your ground in front
Yeah,
of
I
clients. 'Cause
just-
at the end of the day, money is money, but there's humanity as well.
Oh yeah, so she came and then today she's like, we paid. I'm like, fuck it. I got paid. I did what I had to. You don't like it. There's 5 others like you. Make space. I'll go get someone else. Fuck it. What
Fair enough, man.
Like not gonna. You can't simp to fucking everyone.
I had a client, so I'm still working with them, and they literally told me, it's like, I just have a question. Like sometimes I feel like the content that you're creating for us, they're just fillers.
Yeah.
I go like, these are the fucking fillers that are gonna go viral.
Yeah.
Right? And like I didn't say it like that, but that's what I meant, and it's fact. For them it's fillers, for them it's not that creative, but for people who are watching it, the 10,000 people or the 100,000 people, that's what's going to make it go viral to those people.
Yeah.
So
they don't, because the other thing people don't understand is not everything is a pot of gold.
yeah.
Not everything that you do is going to be fucking loved by everyone. Like people are going to see some of your it's going to be okay, like, and that's fine, and what's more important
Part
is
of content is to be seen.
be consistent,
Yeah.
dude. Just as long as you're consistent and people know you're doing shit, like this conversation has like sort of inspired me to like kind of given me a wake up call. And in fact I had this even yesterday. I was like going into this podcast, I was like, I'm talking to a guy who's been putting shit out for himself.
Yeah.
And my life's been going great. Like honestly, Jan was probably the best month I've had so far. And things are going great, but I was just like, okay, you got to reevaluate, and there's still areas of improvement. And
there's always room for improvement, no matter where you reach in life.
And in the midst of working for clients, you don't put in the work for yourself. So which is why I actually like devoted this weekend to like, fuck commercial shoots. Let's utilize resources and put our shit out.
This car video that you're talking about, by the way, that I did, this is the first time I've ever used a camera, by the way.
Yeah.
Really?
I have never shot with a camera before in my life.
How'd you know the settings and all that shit? Wait, but like I've seen videos of you shooting for Josh's dad, like
that's not me.
Leader Healthcare.
That's my company. So I had a whole production. So I understand shots.
Yeah. Okay, so you were directing basically.
Yes, I understand how a shot is going to come out. I understand ideas and concepts because I've been shooting content for so long on my phone. But when it comes to a camera, I'm not stable. I'm not. I don't know how to use. I don't even know the settings on a camera.
Okay.
I mean, literally, when I shot this video, it was just like for fun.
It wasn't commercial?
No, it was not commercial.
That could have been a fucking commercial video, bro. You should check it out. It's fucking amazing.
It was a car meet, and so Trifid Media was going there, and I was like, so I'm really close with the head of production over there. I was like, hey man, they'd already asked me. I was like, give me a camera. I'm gonna go and try and fuck around.
Yeah.
And so all I know is ISO and focus area.
Yeah.
And I set that to zone, and I set everything to SNQ.
Okay.
And I just reduced ISO to the minimum possible. And it was the golden hour.
Yeah.
So on my phone, I know that whenever I reduce brightness, the shots come out beautiful.
Yeah.
So now I did that on the camera and boom.
Okay, nice. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Do you know what lens you were using?
It was just a normal Sony camera with the normal lens.
Damn, fucking.
That's all you need, right?
I zoomed the fuck out of it though. I zoomed into every shot.
Yeah, I saw. There was
They were
super
all
close ups.
scaled and all closed up. There was a lot of
Shit,
shake.
man.
I had to cut so the beauty of it was, I think, in the editing.
Yeah.
So it's the editing that counts.
Yeah,
now.
because you use like 1 second of each
Yeah.
shot. Like I actually rewatched that video 3 times
Yeah.
to kind of understand how you even shot it. Because like bro, like
I
you
shot-
shot it for the first time and
Yeah.
like I've probably shot like more than you on a camera, but I was still learning from that. I was like, yo, these are things.
It's
I
just
should
understanding
integrate,
from
you know?
content that I've done before. So that goes to say that, you could, unless or until you know what you're doing when it comes down to content, you could have any piece of camera or equipment or phone. It's that eye. You need to have that natural understanding.
Daksha, I'm gonna make TikToks after this. Make TikToks with your guitar. He's a fucking guitarist, bro. He's
Really?
really talented.
Yeah, no, I do music now.
Yeah.
And just fucking Dubai's not the place for that shit, you know?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, so you were saying about your friends who do music.
Yeah, I know, and one of them I know from AUS who kind of made it,
Yeah.
but still struggling. Like, it's very slow.
Yeah. You know what's the fucking most interesting thing, right? You were able to do a freelance role, in your industry, take your home your percentage. You're doing the same thing. But with fucking music in Dubai, it's so weird, right? So the most promising thing I have right now is this client wanted like a theme song kind of thing to rebrand themselves, which is fucking cool. And I was like, okay, I'll do it. But obviously, like, it's just a very freelance role, haven't even agreed a price. But for like actually performing and fucking doing the cool shit that, every musician likes doing, in Dubai, it's controlled by the fucking bars, who like the bars sort of own a stake in an entertainment company that procures the artists.
Okay.
And so the fucking bars like own the artists, and it's so disgusting because like to enter that fucking thing, you, like first of all they choose white people big time because that's the image that Dubai is going for. We're a fucking international place, and if it's just like all Indians and Filipinos, it's gonna cast a bad image. Second of all, like once you get in, it's like they control everything, so you can't play like your originals. You gotta play like they're like, this is the songs that are fucking popping these days, and it's really weird, man.
It's this thing that you say. It's also the reason why you will find more creativity and more. I spoke to you about this, I think, already before. Creative content or creativity in general is not encouraged, I feel, out of experience in Asia as much as it is in the West.
Yeah.
If you're in the West, you're probably gonna make it. Even if you're homeless with a guitar and you have a good voice, you're gonna make it. I think Ed Sheeran is.
For sure.
Pretty much,
Right?
yeah.
Because they care about talent.
Yeah.
They fucking cultivate that shit. They grow that shit, and it shows. Right? Some of the biggest, like, there's this channel on YouTube. I love watching their videos. So they show how brands came up, how Coca-Cola was built, how Five Guys was built, like all these, like how McDonald's was founded, and they break it down, and all of them come from Germany, America. Nothing in any of those brands I've seen has come from India, Pakistan, Sri Lanka.
The
Nothing.
best we've got is fucking Tata, like about Jaguar.
I don't see any big brand that has. Name one brand that you can sit thinking right now that comes at the top of your head that came from our Asia.
Zomato, Swiggy.
Has Zomato made it to the US?
It's there in the UK though.
It's there in the UK.
Okay, we're talking about international presence.
I'm talking about global presence of brands from like the 90s.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, fair.
But that's a
because,
very interesting thought experiment, right? Because those countries were built on marketing. In Asia wasn't really built on marketing.
Yeah, because they were very conservative lot, right?
There you go. So
Society was
it's rooted
conservative.
down to our
to the
culture.
fucking culture.
It's in our roots.
But it's more than our culture, it's more rooted in their culture to market, because they're fucking marketing colonialism, They're like, this is the fucking crowd that
They're
all
like
of you
this.
are gonna fucking follow.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. They're the trendsetters.
Yeah.
They're the ones who, came with the British came to,
Ironically, the thing that really surprises me the most is that people brought some solid entertainment in the form of Friends and whatnot back in the 90s, right?
Yeah.
And even if you look past that, even if you look at TV shows, this and that, House of Cards, fucking or like
Breaking
any of the
Bad,
other
bro.
ones.
Fuck,
Yeah,
I
all
fucking
that,
that should
love
be on the
Breaking
top.
Bad.
all that shit.
I've seen
all
that shit.
right?
I was sick, and
Yeah.
I remember it's a long time ago. I
Yeah.
watched every single episode of Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
It's they did this back then, and
Yeah.
it was only as early as 2017 India came out with Sacred Games. You know, that's a long ass time in between,
Yeah.
dude. You can't like 2017 to pull off shit. Come on,
Like you said, it's in our fucking roots. It's
But now I do feel that India's like really spearheading that marketing thing. Like now they're building an identity of their own. Like now they're leveraging on the fact that there are people like us.
Yeah.
Zomato for a while literally changed its Instagram bio to a meme page that puts out that occasionally puts out some business content
yeah.
because they got pressure from the group organization. That's their fucking bio, right?
Yeah.
And now they're doing their own thing, and that just makes me so happy because now every brand is basically a meme page, and they know that meme marketing is so good. It's so
Bro, meme marketing is this fucking shit.
like you would buy something for the sake of literally, now every time and that's just me because now I'm working in digital marketing. But if I'm going to Nika Men or if I'm even if I'm buying a Durex condom, Durex as a brand in India is hilarious in their tweets, in the Tinder in India. They knock it out of the park, and I don't think that can ever come to Dubai. The people here and business owners here, more importantly, are so risk averse that they don't want to.
But that's not what Dubai is meant to be, right? It's a fucking secure haven.
This is exactly what we spoke about.
Literally. It's a recurring topic that like keeps coming back. It's like Dubai it's not like the home of like insane amounts of creativity because it's supposed to be secure.
It's a home of implementing what works.
Exactly. It's like you take
it's great. It's
okay. It's okay.
It's great in what it has, but it's obviously you're not like you can't come here and work in the creative arts because you can't. This isn't creative.
No,
it is it's not innovative.
But Abu Dhabi on the other hand seems to be going down that direction in an interesting way. Like I've noticed because they got like Berkeley and the Louvre and all that shit. And like you go and meet like people in Abu Dhabi and it's a fucking different vibe to like the people you meet day to day.
I've visited Abu Dhabi very little in my life, like maybe for work, but they've got some crazy structures on the Corniche that I know for a fact.
They operate on a different basis.
It's different.
Like I feel like people in Abu Dhabi don't give a fuck about people in Dubai. Like people in Abu Dhabi, even the sheikhs are like, listen, we give you bailout money, name your Burj Dubai after Burj Khalifa. That honestly has to be the biggest fuck you to anyone. Like the most badass fucking
like
movement.
Burj Dubai, like straight
like everything, they just do everything differently, man. Like just pure simple. They got the grid system in Abu Dhabi.
Yeah.
Like,
but like for the fucking city.
Yeah.
But like that was like obviously it had to be done from the inception.
Yeah.
That's still like foresight, right? Like to implement it properly.
Then
and
there's
then, like you said,
beautiful Sharjah.
What is Sharjah again?
Bro, it's my hometown, man.
It's the hood, bro. It's the hood. Like
it's crazy how we like all these cities are just within 4 hours, right? But you go back to India or Pakistan, how fucking different it is. Like
this I have a stupidly negative bias towards Sharjah. Like every time I enter Sharjah, I'm like,
it's just
fuck.
What the fuck am I doing?
And like straight up, dude. Like my parents went for dinner, right? They love this place, okay? And they're like, we're going here. I'm like, it's in Sharjah. Like no fucking. Like I told my friends, I think it's just the traffic. As a driver, it is so physically frustrating to drive in that direction for anything, except. If you're working in Sharjah and you live in Dubai, you're fucking sorted.
Or you're going to Ajman to buy booze,
Oh yeah,
B.
Oh yeah, as long as.
No man, I've been going through Sharjah and Dubai traffic my whole life.
How long does it take you to go to work in the morning?
Bro, at least 40 minutes. 35 if I drive too rash.
Yeah. Fuck man.
Then accident risk also goes up.
High risk, high reward. Save 5 minutes.
Shit, man.
But that was before. Now I don't have to do that anymore. Now I just wake up whenever the fuck I want to and have to shoot content, go get it done.
Pretty much living. You pretty much spend most of your waking hours in Dubai and then you figure some shit out later. But
why don't you get a place or something?
I'm planning to do that. Actually, I'm planning to move my whole family to Dubai. That's in one of the things that I have to get done this year. There's a lot of shit that needs to be done, but one step at a time. For now, I painted my whole room black, so we'll see how that works out. I'll see, like, you know, I don't know what's gonna happen over there. Like, someone telling me that summer's gonna hit and you're gonna be burning because it's gonna absorb a lot of heat.
Maybe. But it also keeps it dark.
Yeah, that's what I like. I like dim settings more.
Yeah.
It's got a cool aesthetic to it, you know.
Yeah. So, in a nutshell, like, I think right now, for me personally, content is working out, but I don't know how long it is going to be the next thing.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what's next. Like I said, a brand that I'm trying to build is probably going to be the next thing that I want to work on. But yeah, man, this is what it is.
Yeah.
That's
All
cool,
the best,
man.
yeah.
All the best, bro. And I really hope this. I mean, keeping that vision of moving your family here is a
Yeah.
really big and respectable thing.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, you've got that outstanding vision, which is like you want to build something more. So it's not limited to what is there. It depends
man.
It depends on you figuring out the right hype train to ride.
Yeah.
And you ride that train till whenever it stops, you get off, you just board another one.
You know how you said
And
making 5,000 from one place is not good enough for you. Making 5,000 from 5 different
Yeah.
places is more. Exactly. That's the thing. So,
because the argument that I want to make there is that, you know, okay, you've got a base, you've got social media, like in terms of side hustles, like the as most recently was like work, social media, freelance social media management, where I was just like content writing, shooting and editing for people. What was the fourth? Stocks. 24 days.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's everything is a learning curve. Like, you
Yeah.
know, I literally blew off half my earnings through, thankfully not like my principal amount that I put in, but like the profits that I made in the whole GME and AMC hype. I made
by
really
the way,
cool.
I have no fucking idea what this GME and AMC hype was. I was trying to figure it out this entire time and I don't know.
Dude, it's a long explanation. I'll get it.
Yeah.
I don't want to fucking bother people watching this with that.
He
But
also does it.
I fucking know exactly what happened, bro. Why do you think I made money
Like,
off
I
it?
just saw memes
Yeah.
and I tried to read comments to figure out, but everyone was just going crazy.
I made the fastest money that I've ever made on that. And I got so greedy, I made another YOLO move, and as of tomorrow, that's going to blow up on my face. But, like, anyway, all that aside, the whole idea was that you've got 3 to 4 streams, right? Even if they bring in a K in the beginning, or whatever they bring, those streams have the ability to scale. So, like, as long as you've got, like, 4 areas of scaling, like, so if someone's working of 9 to 5, you're bringing in 5K a month, right? And over a 12-month period, that's 60K, okay? Now, next year, you might get bumped up to 7, right?
Yeah.
Now, I might start at 1K, so I'm bringing in like 4K. But the moment I double each of them, that's instantaneously 8K.
Yeah.
And the moment that even gets every increment on that is actually
That's
significant
times two,
growth. And like,
It's
and it
exponential.
also, exactly, like you can just scale. Like, that's the whole thing, right? Like, I might not be doing a whole lot,
Yeah.
but my thing is that tomorrow someone comes to me and tells me, Nikhil, can you design a website? I'm like, yes, right?
Yes,
And then like, what have
yeah.
you done? I'm like, I'll send you my portfolio shortly. I call my guy and I'll be
Yeah.
like, listen, I need a fucking website done. I need you to send me whatever you've done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have to design it.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll broker the deal.
Man,
It-
brokering is the way
That's
to go.
business development, right?
And you broker it, and at the end of the day, people look at you as a solutions guy.
Yeah.
They like, it's as simple. Like, it's the dumbest thing because when I was I'll leave that straight. That's too brash for this.
Yeah.
But like, as long as you are the guy, and that's the same thing with you,
Yeah.
right? As long as you're able to provide a solution,
Yep.
that's what matters. And as long as you've got the awareness of things that are going around, to tap into the different goings on,
Yeah.
tap into technology, into social trends, to provide those solutions, fuck it, you know.
People
That's what
don't like
matters.
working with too many people, and if you can be that one person and
Like
that
a
gets
one
it,
stop, yeah. Like, and
Yeah.
even if they know that, you know, you
Yeah.
will, like, it's the same thing, right? Like, tomorrow I can be very upfront and say, listen, I don't know how to design a website,
But I can
but
get it
I
done.
will find you a guy. And then they say, look, the last guy you gave me for this was good. Now help me find a fucking car. I have a car guy. You talk to him, and then you
Yeah.
like. And obviously, people are going, you know, at some point you have to draw the line. You can't be world class at fucking everything, but
course.
you know, as long as you build a decent circle of competence, I think, you know, I figure that's what's worked for
Credibility.
me. So
It comes down
Yeah.
to credibility.
Credibility and adding value, right?
You
He's gonna fucking flip with the next time I say adding value.
No, I just feel like
Is it roasting me for that whole weekend?
in the sense like
Yeah.
you said about that car thing. So
Yeah.
you provide value to someone when you give them something.
Yeah.
In terms of like for example, the website. Someone wants a website done. You get the website done through whoever, and then this person is going to come back to you with like whoever someone else wants to get a website done.
Exactly.
And that's how it works.
So I'm just happy to provide something over there.
Yeah.
But making sure you get that done is, I think, the biggest challenge. Not getting the money from the client or charging a high amount of price. It's making that name in the market.
Exactly.
You make a name for yourself in the market, money is going to like literally flow behind you.
Yeah.
At a certain point.
Like I think that honestly that worked. The moment I stopped being so money focused and more driven by, again, like I said, the point was to go shoot. Like, I told them that, okay, listen, I'm just glad you got me to shoot. The money can be adjusted later. Fuck it. But
by the way, this whole setup itself speaks for how fucking, you'll get it done. And that's fucking amazing. Like, you've got this mic over here, one mic here. Fucking, if people can see that somehow, like what's going on right over there.
It works. If it works today, it's stupid,
If
right?
it works, it works. It gets the job done. It gets this whole jugaad thing. I live my whole life.
Life is one big jugaad, man.
Right?
For sure.
Yeah.
So it's just like literally, putting that piece of paper and making sure that it doesn't fall.
Yep.
That's everything. If you don't
People underestimate that. People underestimate that. You don't need a plan. You need to improvise.
You need to improvise.
This is what the fucking great minds of engineering are doing these days, anyways, right?
Swell, dude. This has been a great session. Yo, thanks so much for pulling through and joining us. This is actually like a comeback podcast because we've been dormant for a while. What's happened? I think my camera ran out of space because we just tried recording a 1.5 hour podcast on 4K, and I think that just blew up my fucking memory card. But yeah, in a nutshell, yo, thank you so much, Fahad, for joining us. This has been great for a comeback
amazing,
podcast.
Trying to hustle our way and make sure everything works out.
Jugaad Studio, Jugaad everything, bro.
For sure.
And best of luck for everything that you do, man. Like it's a ballsy move, and
thank you. I wish you the best of luck as well, man.
Thanks so much, bro. And we'll see you around soon and hope we can make some more content together soon, bro. Take care. Yes, you.
Thank you for watching the Chronic Nirvana podcast.
And if you aren't following us on Instagram yet, what are you waiting for?
What are they waiting for?
Make sure you do right now. Like before you stop everything you're doing and follow us on Instagram right now at Chronic Nirvana.
100%. And if you have any friends that would like to be a part of the podcast, has an interesting story to say, please let us know in the comment section below or on Instagram.
And if you feel like you yourself have an interesting story to share and want to be a part of the podcast, make sure you DM us on Instagram or just leave your suggestions down in the comment section below on YouTube or on Instagram or wherever we put out the podcast, honestly.
100%. And if you don't have the time to watch a Chronic Nirvana episode, please do check out the Chronic Nirvana clips on YouTube and get yourself a new job.
So this is Nikhil.
And I'm Dakshay.
And this is Chronic Nirvana.